My name is Kellen.
And I'm Cameron.
And we are Midwest Reviews.
Our channel definitely is going to be just reviews, just stuff that that we want to talk about.
But we hope you kind of view our channel and just kind of favorite it, subscribe to it. I'm thinking we might as well just get into our first subject matter then.
First subject, of course.
All right. As we are such big nerds, big news a couple weeks ago was that George Lucas has sold all his rights for Star Wars and anything is part of Indiana Jones.
Yes, to Disney, I believe, right? Disney?
Yes.
Okay.
Disney, a lot of people have reservations about it. They're like, Disney's going to run it. They're going to make it, Pocahontas in space. That is not the case. George Lucas's number 2 in command, before he sold it, is now part of the process of writing the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he himself is actually a creative consultant, if I remember reading that right.
Mm-hmm.
So the style of the movies aren't really going to change. And if you're worried about how it's going to look at the Avengers. Disney owns Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
The Avengers rock.
The Avengers sold $2 billion, I think.
And the Star Wars franchise itself is a titan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been out since the 70s, 6 consecutive movies, trillions upon trillions of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
But like George Lucas, like I said, the style is not going to change. As far as we know, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Peter Mayhew, and I think Billy D. Williams are back in the film series. Yeah. Some people have just guessed, saying that it takes place years after Return of the Jedi, which would make sense since they're all old.
Yeah.
Han Solo has to have a walker. My boss at work, he was like, "Oh, I have reservations. They're going to run it." It's a possibility, But I'm glass half empty, or it isn't half full, whatever. Optimistic, either way you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we mentioned before, George Lucas sold not only his rights to his creation, Star Wars, but to
Indiana Jones, of course. They're in the works of doing number 5. He said Harrison Ford is actually hitting the gym, so that's an indication that they're prepping for doing Indiana Jones 5. And my personal opinion on that, which may be yours too, is that they need to slow down. They need to probably not do this Indiana Jones 5. I personally think that Harrison Ford needs to, he needs to just quit while he's ahead, because he is getting up there, and the last thing we want to see is Indiana Jones in a walker, or a wheelchair. So, and I think it was Sylvester Stallone, when he was asked about doing another Rocky movie, he said, "Well, who am I going to fight in this one? Arthritis?"
And so this is kind of where we go. We just gave you a sampling of everything. As you can tell, we're sort of passionate about some things, and others we're just like, whatever, go with the flow.
Like heavy metal, screamo music. It's
trash.
Just like rap music, it's trash, because all they do
Some
is
of the
talk.
heavy metal.
Some heavy metal's okay, as long as they don't scream it. But
why is it always the jerks or the talented ones? You ever realize this?
I don't know. Yeah, because I know for a while there, really Joe Armstrong was that way too with Green Day. He was kind of a jerk.
Lead singer of Creed.
Lead singer of Creed.
Was a drunk jerk for a long time, and then he finally got his head out of his rear end, and he's actually a decent guy now.
Mm-hmm.
Creed, they've reformed their band. He's not a jerk anymore.
But they do have good music now. I know that for a fact. That their new album has a couple of good songs on there. One of them is Rain, and the other one is On My Sleeve. So those are 2 good Creed songs.
And I don't know what the deal is. People kind of trash Nickelback. If you don't like Nickelback, you aren't going to like us, because we are big Nickelback fans.
Yes. Nickelback is one of our greatest bands ever.
On all of our mixes that we make, music-wise, Nickelback's always on there somewhere if it's a Heavy Hitters. They're one of the 4 cornerstones of the Heavy Hitters albums that we've been making lately.
Mm-hmm.
And then Linkin Park, Creed, and Fuel.
Oh,
the
and
4
Stain.
cornerstones. Well, Stain came after. He's like a second-tier corner block.
Yeah. But you get the picture, though. Anyways.
Anyway, this has just kind of been a sampling of what our stuff is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we just kind of wanted to give you guys a little heads up.
So please definitely subscribe to
Midwest Reviews.
Midwest Reviews, and check us out on our other YouTube channels, which is mine is Still Raven 21
and MJ Lee 29.
So check us out and leave feedback and let us know what you think.
Alright guys, until next time, this has been Midwest Reviews signing off.
Thank you guys for watching the very first episode, Recut. And anyway, as you can tell, we probably were pretty obvious we didn't know what we were doing at that time. But anyway, stay tuned. There are more recuts ahead.